Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. How you all doing? My name is Frank, as always. Hope everything is going very well. You join me here today. We're buying all the things, actually. We're buying in the first load of our straw. It's arrived on the back of a wagon. And we're just kind of going to put into the shed down here out the way. There's going to be a few more of these to arrive yet. This one has come... Oh, there we go. Get around there. Perfect, got it up there. This has come from the border of Lincolnshire, Bedfordshire area, where there's a lot of straw being grown at the moment there, and it's only just started to come off. This was baled, I think, 2 days ago, so it's not too old, but it's arrived. It's looking great, actually, really nice and dry. So we've got a few loads left on this trailer, and then I'm not sure when we'll get the rest of it, but yeah, there's supposed to be another couple of loads arriving at the very least there, so that's good. We need a lot more straw than we can always bale ourselves here, and it doesn't look like it's going to be all that expensive right now, which is good. It's certainly not. It's going to be expensive, don't get me wrong, but not quite the price of last year, which is fantastic, because last year was... Oh, that's not going well, has it, Frank? There we go. Last year was cripplingly expensive for a lot of farmers. Really, really was. Fortunately, like I say, we make a little bit of our own there, but it's still never quite enough to get us through, and so we had to kind of make do where possible. But yeah, we're doing well. We've caught up on our drilling a little bit now since we last spoke, so we were able to get a lot more into the ground. We've got one field left. We might go on to get some of that looked into this afternoon there, but actually we've also got a little bit of ploughing to do as well, which I'll probably do as well. But before we even get near to the plough, there's a new arrival, really, and it's actually just around on the other side of where that truck is. We bought a little something which is going to help the business out. It's not a machine. Before all of you tractor fans build your hopes up there, it is not a machine, but it is something that's going to be very interesting for us nonetheless, and I can't wait just to kind of have a go. Oh. Get it all set up. We have to get someone to kind of look after it though, probably on a part-time basis. But I brought the truck down here already with some boxes in, and you can see there's a little bit of a shed there, which is pretty cool. Okay. This... Oh, I've lost two. Well, it had to happen at some point. That's the first two falling off. I was about to say, this track here is a little bit bumpy, which is why I'm not taking them down in threes, which I'd normally do. This loading and more than handle it. It's a bit too much for it, really. So that's why we're just going to take it down in small dribs and drabs. The trailer came stacked 3 high, so we had to kind of just knock that down first. But that's not too much of a problem. Not taking us too long to get through this anyway. And you can see we've got our own straw stacked up there. We didn't get that much off our ground at all, actually, but I never really anticipated. So I always do manage to get some sport off of somebody else pretty early doors to kind of make sure we're all safe on that front. So how you doing anyway? What's new? What's going on in the world? Do let us know. Drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're working, what you're doing, what you're driving at the moment. Calves and the calves that we separated off after the testing the other day, they are now doing very well on their own. They're over on down the field there. They're actually really starting to flourish and looking very good, which is great to see. So they're really coming along leaps and bounds there, which I'm very, very happy about. Really benefiting from being outside on the grass there. They do still get a little bit of like a mineral block. They do get some cake on the daily just to supplement them as they're growing, but they're they're looking really, really good. So that's fantastic news, it really is. Ultimately, they are beef cattle, and they'll be sold as beef cattle. So we're going to fatten them up a little bit more, and see what they're looking like in about 6 months' time, 8 months' time. You'll notice the telehandler is a bit cleaner. We had it in for its big kind of twice yearly service, I'd say. It's all looking nice and sparkling clean, got that jet washed off, so it was covered in muck actually, so that's why we looked into doing that one. Alright, so I'll take that away, and then there's one more, and this truck driver can get himself out of here. The pallet fork's down here as well, so we're going to be able to get on and get these, well, there's a few surprise little crates over there, which we're going to have a look into, which I just brought over this morning. I had to go and pick them up from a shipping depot. And so we're going to have a look into those. I'm going to get these bales stacked up out of the way though, and then we'll come back to you when we're all said and done on the straw. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We finished up with that straw there, and we started with our little farm shop that we've recently acquired. And I've broken something. This was one of our coolers. I think this might have been our milk cooler, and it's supposed to be holding on to some lovely fresh milk that we'll be bringing into here to bottle and sell in recyclable bottles. It's dropped on the floor is what's happened. I'm not sure quite how it fell off the pallet there, but it did. So I'm gonna do the only thing I can do at this stage and leave it until the expert arrives. The expert can meet with my wife and they can figure that one out, because it's not gonna be me. Let's put it that way. So I think we're gonna leave it there, and then we are gonna go back into my kind of natural habitat. We're gonna jump into the 77, and we can find some work to do where we're not gonna cause anyone any upset, I think. So yeah, let's get out of here and flee the scene. I think we'll just jump back into the telehandler and take that away. And yeah, we'll just go and jump on with a little bit of extra ploughing. We've got one more field that I want to plough over, just because it was a little bit too much, stalk on the ground and a little bit too much trash. We tried to kind of direct drill work it into the ground there, but it just wants to be buried, I think, at this stage. So the plough can come out and we'll get that done. And then after that, yeah, we're in a good place actually in terms of our next year's crops. In a great place, I would say. We're just gonna swing around here. The combine's been put away, everything's been washed up as well. We've got rid of all those pens and hurdles from the testing the other day. So we're kind of doing really well. We're getting ahead of the game, which I'm really pleased about actually. The 6820 has its loader back on the front there, because it's going to be cutting in a few more silage bales here and there. And our clamp, we're going to be having to get some maize into there soon, so there's going to be a lot of work for us to do. The grass has actually been growing really well of late, and it makes me really wonder, it makes me very curious about actually just giving one more third cut of silage a go. Just can't quite decide on that one. But there we go. We're going to just let this tick on over here. We will be we're going to just go and plough, not too much, but yeah, like I say, in terms of the third cut, we can always do a little bit more fodder. It's never a bad thing to have too much. You can always kind of keep it for next year, or worst case, it can actually be sold on, so that's never a bad thing to be able to have that luxury. Perfect stuff. Oh, listen to that 77 go. It's absolutely purring these days. Just sounds glorious. Yeah, just go and grab a few quick tools just to make sure we've got everything we need. There's a few boards on the plough that might need changed or a little bit loose, so we'll have to tighten those up at some stage, but we'll get it into the field and we should be good to go. Oh, right then, off we go. We're not going too far. We're just going to swing straight down over that hedgerow, really. I've had a lot of people asking questions about the 77. A lot of people even have asking if it's for sale at any point, which it's unfortunately it's never going to be for sale. This is worth far too much for me, both financially on the farm here and just emotionally at this stage, unfortunately. For anyone who was thinking about it, it is just a great piece of equipment that I couldn't be without. So I'm sure someone somewhere might have one too, one that they would look to swap, but not me. Okay, so you can see, we jump out here, we did try. We got a couple of passes here, but it just didn't quite kind of go in the ground as much or as well as I was hoping it to, really. So we're just going to plough this over. It's not a particularly big field. I think we're looking at about 6 or 7 acres in total, so we'll get that all done. And then, yeah, like I said, that's another one we can kind of cross off the list. But boy, oh boy, does that look at a good looking combination today. Heavens above. One for the scrapper. Come on, let's get down there. There we go. And off we are. So this field was a field of oats last year. We're going to get this drilled into some winter wheat for next year. And then that'll just about do it. Like I say, there we've probably got about another 20 acres elsewhere dotted around that we'll try and get done, but that's going to be spring cropping now. It's just at this point. Everything else we need, we've kind of got in the books already. So that's doing okay. I do love ploughing, especially when you get the old Bruton. This is a great tractor on the plough. Just a really stubborn workhorse here. Do let me know down in the comments what your favourite machine is you're currently driving as well. A lot of you out there do kind of comment that you've got a lot of Massey fans out there actually. A couple of all the John Deere fans as well, particularly this kind of 70-10 range. A lot of people love those, or even the 60-10 range is a great tractor. I really loved, used to have a 68-10, that was a brilliant machine. If we get another one of those in a heartbeat, I probably would. I don't really think I need one, but if the option was there, I would probably have to think long and hard about that. So yeah, like I say, do let us know, because I do enjoy reading through all the comments there, seeing what we're all getting up to. Elsewhere, we've been doing a little bit of, since we last spoke, yeah, we've been doing a little bit of contract slurry work. That's coming along quite nicely. Terry's actually out there today, getting a few bits and pieces sorted out for our next job, and then we're good to go. But yeah, we've done a little bit, not as much as maybe as I would have liked to have seen come in, but yeah, you know, we've got enough there. We're out testing the bigger bits of equipment, which is the main thing really. Alright then, so we're flying along. I think what we'll do, let's just stop up here, see if this is making much of a difference. There's still a little bit of trash showing in places, but yeah, we'll just pull this line straight, this furrow straight through. And then we'll just see if it's going to be worth continuing or not. It's more of a trial than anything else really at this stage, I would say. Alright then. So it's looking, it is turning everything over that little bit nicer actually. It certainly looks a lot better than it was. I don't like to do too much plowing where possible, because I'm trying to kind of keep the soil conservation in mind at the moment. Plowing on the hill here with the amount of rain we get is never a good idea. It's always going to lead to kind of an absolute destruction of the soil. So we'll see how it goes anyway. Like I say, right now, not all bad. Not all bad at all, but we'll get cracking on with the rest of this and see how it all looks as we progress. For now though, I think we'll leave it here on top of the sunny hill at Meadow Grove. Thank you ever so much for watching as always. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and join Simulation for the Nation as always. And he will keep you all up to date with what's going on over here with me and my dairy farm. I hope you have enjoyed. I've been Frank, your humble host. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, have yourself a great day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.